What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the Texas Rangers Report. And before we get into the video, I want to thank the newest subscriber to the channel, Chives5150. On this channel, I shout out the newest subscribers at the very beginning of my videos and the best comment from the last video at the very end of my video. Make sure to click the big red button, click the notification bell, turn your notifications to all, and make sure your subscriptions are turned to public in your setting. Alright guys, so the 2020 MLB Draft is today. So I wanted to give you guys a mock draft. That way you guys can be familiar with some of the names called later tonight. And if you guys have been watching my series where I talk about potential Rangers first round draft targets, make sure you stay and watch till the very end because these are all new draft prospects. So you'll get familiar with a bunch of new names in this video and you'll be ready for tonight's draft. I'm sure most of you guys are aware that the MLB Draft has been shortened from 40 rounds to 5 rounds. I go over that in one of my videos. Although, even though the draft has been shortened, slot money will still be a thing in this year's draft, and the Rangers roughly have $7 million to distribute throughout all 5 of the rounds. And once the 5-round draft is over, all 30 MLB clubs have the chance to sign an unlimited amount of undrafted free agents for a total of $20,000. Now that all of that is out of the way, let's get straight into the video. In the first round, I had the Texas Rangers taking left-handed pitcher Garrett Crotchet from Tennessee. Crotchet was rated as Mississippi's best prep pitching prospect coming out of high school back in 2017, but he wasn't quite ready for pro ball, so he slid to the 34th round and was drafted by the Brewers. He obviously declined a pro contract, and in his first 2 seasons with Tennessee, he bounced around between the bullpen and the rotation. Although in the fall of 2019, his practices really caught people's attention, and that's what bolstered his draft stock to become one of the top picks in this year's draft class. He only pitched 1 game in 2020 because obviously the season was shut down because of the coronavirus, but he works with an above average fastball ranging anywhere from 96 to 100 miles per hour with great spin rates as well. He also has an above average slider that also has great spin rates as well. He also has a decent changeup to throw into the arsenal. He does have a bit of an injury history as he fractured his jaw from a line drive during the middle of a game, and in 2019 he had to miss 3 weeks of 2019 with a sore shoulder. Crotchet is an intriguing left-handed pitcher with lots of tools, but he still needs to work on his command to make the most of all of his pitches. In the second round, I have the Texas Rangers taking right-handed pitcher Clayton Beeter from Texas Tech. Beeter was never drafted out of high school, and he's had many elbow operations during his time at Texas Tech. He blew out his elbow during a fall practice. He had to get Tommy John surgery back in December of 2017, and he also had an arthroscopic procedure 7 months later. Although he pitched so well this spring that some scouts still thinks he belongs in the first round. Beeter has an above average fastball ranging from 93 to 96 miles an hour and topping out at 98 miles per hour. He has 2 above average breaking balls in his slider and his curveball, and he also possesses a solid changeup as well. Just like Crotchet, Beeter needs to work on his command to make the most of his pitches. All of the injury history is worrisome with Clayton Beeter, but if the Rangers can get him under slot value, and that means signing him below what the second round pick value is actually worth, then I think it would be worth it because then they can spend more in later rounds, and you can't go wrong with the tools that Beeter has under his belt. In the third round, I have the Rangers taking a 2-way player and third baseman / right-handed pitcher Colt Keith from Biloxi, Mississippi High School. Keith, who is the first high school player on this list, was Gatorade's High School Player of the Year as a junior after moving from Arizona. Keith is one of the best 2-way talents in this draft class, although scouts are still unsure if he's a better pitcher or a better infielder. A sore arm prevented him from pitching in the Midsummer Showcase, but he returned in the fall and really impressed scouts. As an infielder, Keith has an above average arm with average hitting, base running, and fielding, and slightly below average power. As a pitcher, he has a slightly above average fastball, sitting between 89 to 93 miles per hour, with a slightly above average curveball as well. He also has a solid changeup with nice control on all 3 of his pitches. This pick, you have to go on the potential to develop the young talent, but with versatility becoming more and more common in today's game, is an intriguing pick to take Colt Keith in the 3rd round. In the 4th round, I have the Rangers taking shortstop Hayden Cantrell from Louisiana Lafayette. Cantrell was a 2-sport athlete back at Turlings High School in Louisiana, drawing interest as both a college football quarterback and a collegiate shortstop. Cantrell was drafted in the 40th round by the New York Yankees in 2017, but he obviously declined a pro contract, and he became an immediate starter for Louisiana Lafayette. He was one of just 6 players to total 25 extra base hits and 25 stolen bases back in the 2019 collegiate season. Although Cantrell did hurt his draft stock this year by only batting .148 in the 4-week season that was played this year. Cantrell is a switch hitter with above average base running and above average arm strength, average hitting and fielding, and below average power. He could end up being a top of the order guy because he makes good contact, draws a lot of walks, and he knows how to use his speed on the base pass. With his quickness and arm strength, Cantrell has the ability to play the shortstop position at the major league level. Even though Cantrell may never bring a great bat to a major league club, he brings solid defense at a premium position. In the 5th round, I have the Rangers taking outfielder / second baseman Tyler McDonough from North Carolina State. Out of high school, McDonough played catcher but was not drafted to a major league team. At North Carolina State, McDonough ran into Patrick Bailey, who was the consensus #1 catcher in this year's draft class, so he went off to play center field his freshman year of college. This year he played both center field and second base, and he extended his streak without recording an error on defense to 78 games. Even though McDonough is only a sophomore, he's eligible for the 2020 draft because he's 21 years old. McDonough is also a switch hitter with slightly above average hitting, base running, and fielding. His arm strength is right around average, and his power tool is below average. Similar to Hayden Cantrell, McDonough makes a lot of contact, and he gets on base a lot, and he uses his speed well both on the base path and on defense. Tyler McDonough definitely has some upside as he's still trying to figure out his game, but he seems like another intriguing prospect to look out for. As you can see from my mock draft, I think there's going to be a lot more emphasis at the college level as the virus has made a lot of uncertainty with this year's draft, because with the college players there's more innings under their belt, and scouts have also seen them play more innings. But it doesn't mean that there won't be a good amount of high school players drafted in this year's draft. The best comment from the last video also came from Chives5150, and he said, "I've always liked ABD. He seems like a really nice guy." Yeah, Chives, he does seem like a really nice guy. It's sad that the Rangers had to release him. The question of the day is, who do you want the Rangers to draft in the 1st round with the 14th pick? The best comment I see down below will be featured in the next video I post on the channel, so make sure to stay tuned. With that being said, thanks for staying all the way to the end and watching the entire video. If you liked this video and you found it informative, don't forget to give it a like down below. I'd really appreciate it, and it helps out the channel a lot. Share it with friends and family that would also love the Texas Rangers, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you never miss out on any videos I post on the Texas Rangers Report. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.